There's one lady in particular, Monique Hayes, that I met last year, right before I got ready to compete at the Lee Haney Games in 2018. And I met her at Rock Hard Fitness there in Tucker, Georgia. Monique came in her normal Monique Hayes fashion and just looked at me up and down and was just like, "You're doing that all wrong." I was practicing posing, and I'll never forget it. And she was just like, "What makes you think that, you know, you need to do this? I could tell you lost a lot of weight. How much have you lost?" You know, just pretty much trying to fill me out and see if I really could take true raw criticism from a person and not let it tear me down. So you never told me how you got started with all of this.
Oh, with bodybuilding? Yeah. Let me tell you. I was laid off from corporate America, and I started working out for stress relief.
Really?
That's it. And everybody kept asking me at that time, did I compete, did I compete, did I compete? I didn't know what competing was. So I went to a local bodybuilding show. And I'm not gonna lie, I sat in the audience, and I was that girl who said, if they can do it, I can do it. And I started doing it. But then I had to say, naturally, you know, I have a foundation of running track and everything under me, so I was already athletic. And I was like, there has to be something more to it. So I picked up a magazine, and the day I picked up a magazine, Linda Murray was on the cover, and Iris Cow was in the inside of it.
So how long did you train before you started your first ever?
I worked out for 6 weeks, and I did my first show.
Okay.
Only because it was one coming up, so I felt like I was like, let me jump in there. Right. And I was like, okay, I don't like looking crazy. Let me take this for real. And I trained for 6 months and did another show. So I earned my pro card in 4 other organizations before I ever competed in the NPC.
Really?
And the only reason I came back on stage was because Dexter had started promoting his show.
Right.
You got 10.
You ready?
Yep, I got you.
The sense of strength that I get from her, it's like an aura and a vibe that follows her. She don't have to say much. She can literally walk up to me on the leg extension machine and say in the softest voice ever, if you stop, you will start over and you will do every rep over again. For somebody to do that to you and you keep going and they push you beyond your mental limits is something that's very humbling to me. And for her to want to even take the time out of her schedule and her day to help me as a friend and want nothing in return but to see me succeed, it means the world to me. And to this day, she's one of my dearest friends. She trains me, she cooks my food when I go to Atlanta. She just makes sure that I'm okay and I know the ins and outs from the dark side to the light side of bodybuilding. She keeps it real and raw and uncut every time. I got it. So, what organizations do you have a pro card in?
NGA, WNBF, PNBA, IFBB.
The ABC, the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, the ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s. Any organization that I could have competed in. Because I love to compete. So if it was a local show, I competed. And then once you turn pro, you kind of eliminate, well, as you know, you're learning now, you don't have that many shows to pick from.
True.
So then I had to start traveling and do shows. So once I started traveling and doing shows, I was like, man, this is for the birds, you know. It took a lot more time and money to compete. And I had a family. So I was taken away from my family as I was competing, and I said, I don't want to keep doing that.
So what year was this?
Whew. You know I'm not good with numbers except when it comes to counting reps. I got you. Come on, we got 10.
All right.
Yeah, quit jerking. There you go. 5 more. One more. Good set.
So the reason I asked that is because the difference in cost then versus now. Because I did an average last year of how much I spent on competing. If I totaled up everything, I give it no less than $5 grand. No less. I don't have sponsorships and things of that nature from supplement companies, so I personal train. That's my full-time job. Those are the things that kind of push me and help me along my journey, and I don't have to worry about as far as an expense is concerned. People don't understand, from the performance enhancement drugs that cost money, to the food, That costs a lot of money. I know I probably spend at least $150 a week just on food alone to be able to follow the protocol that my coach has me on. So it's just a mindset of I'm gonna go all in and give everything I have. 2020 is a whole new year. Things are changing and you gotta be able to bob and weave and change with it.
Oh, well, yeah, I can say that and some, because when I decided that I wanted to be one of the best at it, I finally hired a coach that was one of the best at it. And my coaching cost alone was more than what you just paid.
Yeah.
So that doesn't include me eating right and training and gym fees and, you know, clothes and things like that, because we can't go to the gym naked.
No.
And then as female bodybuilders, we got to go above and beyond to be cute.
True.
Because we have to deal with the stigma of it all.
It is difficult to kind of change, because I noticed I went for an interview for a job last week and literally stuck in my closet for like an hour and a half the night before.
Oh yeah, trying on
clothes, trying to figure out, okay, this ain't no gym assignment.
But then again, we're too busy trying to sit up here and conform to, well, we don't want to be too overwhelming and too overpowering, and we'll never blend in. We're born to stand out. Every room we walk in, we stand out. Less of every gym we come in.
Right.
We go into a gym, people stare and look at us. It's not because we look bad, it's because we're different.
Makes sense.
So, I remember you telling me before you were dating.
Right.
And when you were on your transformation journey of just weight loss, your friend was like, ooh, I think you're doing a little bit too much. Like,
Yeah.
how are you doing too much when you're taking control of your life?
This is true. Bodybuilding and dating is definitely interesting. It really does depend on the type of man that can handle the strength of a strong woman with muscles, especially a black woman. Our strength alone is already something that people are into. So for a black woman to have muscle on top of that, it definitely adds on an extra
And what do you consider to be too much compared to the average person?
But then, was it too much when you were overweight? I mean, we deal with all of that stuff that people don't even think about. But now that we even embrace working out, which is what I had done, people was like, the negative connotations that came with females with muscle. My worst statement is, you look like a man.
Well, what a man look like?
What does a man look like? And if every man looked like me with muscles, they'd be walking around here like that.
Exactly.
But they don't. So men, just because you have muscles as females, it doesn't, you know, I had to overcome that, and it messed with me mentally.
Yeah, I think I went through that from off season when I put on the size
you were putting
this
on the
time
size.
around to now. It's definitely been different.
How do I date a bodybuilder? But I promise you, I'm simple. I love sitting at home watching movies. When I can go out to eat, I do love to eat, and I do love to travel. It's just that I have to be very disciplined and organized with how I date. And that person has to understand that the gym is my life. That's why I am pretty much 8 hours out of the day, from when I get up in the morning for an hour and a half to 2 hours to do cardio, to going to train my clients for 4 hours, to take a break, to come in and train myself on weights, and then to go back and train my clients at night. I'm in a gym all day long.
So yeah, dating is a tricky thing in bodybuilding. I can't say that. Guys will be interested, they'll see you and they'll be like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful, but then she got muscles. And then like, what is somebody gonna think if I'm dating her and her muscles are bigger than mine? Or you know, those types of things. So
It was dating for me was an experience, and it wasn't until you have to meet a man that's so confident in himself. And it's just like with anything. I tell people, I'm still a woman. Don't look at me any different. You know, you wanna meet somebody that's confident in themselves, not just into you and your physical being.
yeah.
But that's just like with anything. I tell guys all the time, y'all wanna go out on a date, you better take that girl to lunch. Cause a big girl like me, I ain't eating no salad.
No. And then I'm gonna turn around and ask you if you're gonna finish eating what's on your plate.
You got that right. So they just have to be confident in themselves.
All right, what's the drop?
Give me what you got on the first one.
Just go. Okay.
Got you. Easy. Come on, 2 more. So, but when you find that one,
Yeah, my coach said he ain't gonna have nothing to do with bodybuilding. He's not gonna be in the gym as much as me, but we're gonna be a balance.
I can't say that. I married somebody,
Yeah,
and
how was that?
we were best friends.
Best friends
Best
on the
friends.
gym side.
No, in the gym, I was the boss.
Okay.
Never questioned anything. But as soon as he might be dragging knuckles walking out the gym. He's like, okay, babe, what you cooking? The role switch. I wasn't always,
Right.
but he never questioned anything when I had him in the gym training. Ready?
Yep.
Ready.